So you make it to the UFC. Obviously, that's a dream for everybody. It doesn't necessarily go the way that you're hoping for. I guess what's the initial reaction to that and the way you kind of process it?
That's not how I processed it at all.
Make sure you speak in the microphone if you could.
Yeah, that's not how I processed that. Yeah, I had made it through the contender series. It didn't fight until 11 months later, and I seen the fight fall through at a heavier weight class, and I asked my manager about it. So um, I wouldn't say, obviously I didn't win, but I wouldn't say that I was disappointed or it didn't go um, how I would have liked it. I mean, the fight was still a good fight. I came in, odds were against me, short notice and elevation. The worst part about that fight was the elevation. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've learned from that. You know, I moved to Vegas in October, so I won't have to deal with the altitude sickness that I went through for a week.
So it's awesome that you take the positives out of it. I mean, were you able to do that like immediately? Because that's a mature way to look at it. Were you able to do that immediately? Or did it take a little while to say, like, hold on, there's some things we can build on here?
Yeah, the fact that I took that fight without really thinking that the altitude wasn't going to bother me was like, I wouldn't say an amateur mindset, but it was immature. And but I mean that's how things because I'm going to be 30, so like I'm starting to run into realities now. You know what I mean? I can't keep doing the same thing I was doing at 22, 2019. You know what I mean? Now I'm getting older and realizing that shit is real out here. Feel me?
For sure. Is that what necessitated the move to Vegas? Was that we said like, hey, and I guess what's the biggest change has been since you made that move?
Um, yeah. So the biggest change is just consistency. You know what I mean? Like I said, I moved because of the altitude. But every time I came to Vegas I would come for a week, 10 days. The whole time I was fucking fighting the altitude, and it's just like almost pointless. You know, you come learn some things, but you can't really apply yourself because of the conditions. So yeah, that's why I moved here, so I won't have to go to the. Now I'm consistent, and I don't get tired. I can go 50 rounds. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm very content with the move. Only thing is, it's been a long camp. Just ready to get in there. Fast forward it. Let's get to it.
I love it. There were some reports of you fighting in November. Was that ever supposed to happen, or was that erroneous, or what happened there?
To be honest, it was my fault. I jumped the gun. Um, I apologize to Otman online. He's a good guy. Um, I was in belief that we were going to be fighting. The contract was already signed in my head because I had just took a short notice fight, and obviously you don't need to go about that the same way. And then my contender series fight was already locked in. So in my head I was like, oh, this is locked in. I just jumped the gun. I posted it, and I blew that fight for myself. So like, there's nobody to blame but me. Um, yeah, so now I've learned my lesson. Like even when I got offered Michael Johnson, I had guys and bloggers messaging me, "Hey, do you want me to post it?" And I hadn't told anybody. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what you're talking about. Because you know what I mean. At this point, they were just sabotaging, trying to sabotage.
Nice. So what did you think when they brought Michael Johnson? Like you're about ready to make your second walk, and he's making his 28th UFC walk. So what did you think of that as an opponent?
Initially, like I know of Michael Johnson. We've hung out, I believe, like twice. One time in Arizona after my fight. He's called my phone numerous times, you know, like just for fight business because I was promoting shows and vice versa. And I'll call his phone to see, like, hey, do you have anybody, you know? And like we just kept contact over the years. I even asked him to fucking say, like 5, 6 years ago, yo, could you say something to Shelby for me. You know what I mean? He's like, bro, I got you. I see Shelby. You know, and then he goes and blocks me. You know, on Facebook. like we were cool. We had no problems. Like obviously, I looked up to the guy. I've been talking to him since like beginning of my pro career. You know what I said? You know what I'm saying? And everything was fine. Then I fucking went to his page once he posted. He's like, oh, somebody said yes. As if I was supposed to say no. In my head, he's making his 28th walk. I'm making my second. I would think he would have a better relationship than somebody else he's fought. You know what I mean? Like, he's fought somebody with a better, like, we didn't have a real relationship. We just cordial and knew each other and respectful. I wouldn't say friends, you know, but I had 3 different tickets booked to go to Kill Cliff back when it was freaking Hard Knocks. I was going to go train with him and Jason. And, you know what I mean? Like, we were cordial. And then he get to fight and he feels some type of way. So it is what it is. Like it's just business for me. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to bring the drama into it. I'm just telling it like it is. Like, he's a cool guy. He just blocked me for no reason. It's weird.
You said it's all business, but did it make you feel some kind of way as well?
Well, it's just like you don't go back from there. You know what I mean? It's not like after the fight you're gonna unblock me and we're cool again. Like, no, we're not cool anymore, bro. Like, it's fuck you now. Like, at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
I like it. I like it. How about for you, this fight week? Different feel? I mean, second time around, more comfortable? I don't know. How does this compare to last time?
It's totally different. If we're being completely honest, I've only cut weight less than a handful of times out of every fight that I've had. So people look at my record and they'll be like, oh, he's 12-6. I was fighting fucking Golly Green Giants my whole career. You know what I mean? And I don't think people realize how hard it is to win fights at that level with those guys that's that much bigger than you, and how hard it is not to lose to these big ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So now I'm finally cutting weight. It's not. I wouldn't even consider this a weight cut. If this is a weight cut, I should have been doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, everything's going perfectly. I'm not gonna tell you my weight, but I'm right on weight. If I miss weight, I'm a fucking idiot, which I'm not. So, you know what I mean? There's no way I'm going to miss weight. And I was just watching some of the predictions, like, oh, even watching his interview, oh, he's coming down from 3 weight classes, so that's going to be a big deal. Yeah, it is for you. Not for me, buddy, because I'm fine. Like I told you, I train fucking every day, all day. You know what I mean? But, like, I'm not here to talk shit. Like I said, I like Michael Johnson. Still don't have a problem with him. I'm just ready, man. It's been a long camp. I'm ready to go out there and get this fight over with, move on to my next fight, which I heard I'm going to be fighting Paddy Pimblett next, so that's what it is. If I win this fight, somebody promised me a Paddy Pimblett fight, or at least they're going to give my name to him. I could be bullshitting, but this will help me get a fight with Paddy.
Might as well throw it out there. Might as well.
Yeah. I like Paddy, though. Paddy's a cool guy.
Until he blocks you.
Huh?
Until he blocks you, and then it's on.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to block me how he goes on about Tony Ferguson blocking him. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Last thing for me, mature approach to your first setback, right? But what would it mean to get that first win? I imagine it's a moment that you've envisioned for a long time.
Yeah, man. I just don't even. I can't explain it to you, man. I can just tell you this. 4 months ago, I moved into a studio apartment house, and it's the smallest fucking place I've ever. It's like smaller than a jail cell. So 4 months every day, I haven't been home. Still talk to my family, but I've been in these fucking 15 by 10 walls every day just to get my UFC win by myself. So that tells you how much it means to me. It means everything. I've already spent a third of the year, just training for this to get my win. You know what I mean? So that's how much it means to me.
My man, thanks for taking the time, and salute to that hard work. Would anybody even
Thank
call?
you.
Yes, sir. Would we even call this home field advantage? Just the way the setup is. At least it is your.
Yeah, since I've been here, everybody in Vegas has accepted me. They love me. I feel like this is home, which I never get to have home field advantage. You know what I mean? I've always been the guy that goes and upsets people. But yeah, everybody that I've met, here in Vegas, just good people. Just like this young lady, Elise, I just met. Such a good vibe. Everybody in Vegas is just such sweethearts, and I feel like I'm welcomed here. So I do feel like this is going to be like a home field vibe. Everybody here is rooting for me for sure.
That's what's up, man. And not necessarily any kind of home field vibe, but how crazy is it? And thank you for sharing that story about Michael Johnson, that your friends, heroes, rivals are now your, like somebody you're in the cage with. Is that, how do you separate that when you lock in there with them?
Yeah, I'm not like that. I don't have I have idols, but it's very rare. Like, DC was probably one of my only fighters that I really liked, and obviously he's not my weight class, and he's been done fighting. But I don't really get that. Like, I seen Chuck Liddell, like, oh, fuck, Chuck Liddell. But, yeah, I don't get that what a lot of people get, like from every stage. Like I'm just not a fan, more so as I would be a friend of them. Yeah, I don't approach shit looking at people like, and and that's probably why I made it here because I feel equal to everybody. You know what I mean? Like whether you're a champion, whether you whatever the case, I just don't. I'm not a starstruck person, so it's just like really doesn't make me a difference. I'm fighting MJ, Michael Johnson, and it doesn't feel. It just feels like I'm fighting somebody, bro. Like
Awesome. You mentioned something real important about these realities that coming into your 30s. What's something that you could share? The difference when you were 22 and just like a cold shower, you're good, and now as a 30-year-old, what's different? What's changed?
yeah, fuck, dude. Um, you just injuries. You realize they never went away. That you thought was like, oh, I got better. No, you never get better. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, eh, eh, the older you get, the more you start to feel shit. That's what I'm saying, pretty much.
And now I'm sure you've been able to apply that to the training regimen, the weight cuts, you know, training smarter, not
Right,
harder.
right. Well, shit, I've been doing this for almost 10 years, and I've been doing it the same way for 9 of them. So I would like to thank the PI, um, Don Kelly, my nutritionist, Charles, head nutritionist, Alex, my um, strength and conditioning coach, Gavin, um, Sarah, all of the Sarahs, Lynn, everybody at the PI that has helped transition me to a more efficient athlete. I would like to thank them because it wasn't me that you don't just learn how to fucking do these things that you never seen before. You know what I mean? So for the last, like I said, 4 months, they've taken me under their wing. They've helped me out a lot. I may be missing somebody. Marcel, he's taken me under his wing, and he's helped me out a lot. Even the security people. Everybody at the PI, man, has, helped me out a lot. And they're the reason that I'm going to go out there and get the job done. They're the reason that my training is more efficient. I would like to thank my coach, Johnny Martin, as well as John Wood and Syndicate for taking me under his wing for this camp and helping me be more efficient. My coach, Roberto Ramirez. Other than that, I would just like to thank training partners, everybody that I've trained with. Um, I'm not going to name drop, but training with some pretty good guys.
That's awesome, man. And last for me, you talked about getting the job done. How are you going to get this job done on Saturday? What can we expect from Flowers?
Yeah, you could just expect me to win, bro. Win every second, win every moment, 15 minutes, 1 minute, whatever it is I'm going to win the whole time. Like, everybody's talking about how tough this fight's going to be. We'll see.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.